Welcome to Chapter 12 on Master Calendar Hearings, or MCH, focusing on procedural overviews and administrative law in immigration proceedings. Our learning objectives for this chapter include understanding the purpose and structure of an MCH, identifying key responsibilities of all parties involved, entering pleadings, and mastering deadlines and scheduling procedures. We will also conduct a full MCH simulation exercise. Key terms include master calendar hearings as initial procedural events, pleadings as formal responses, designation of relief for legal defenses, continuance for postponement, bond proceedings for custody release, pro se respondents as individuals without counsel, and notice requirements for essential communication. The master calendar hearing is the first major hearing in removal proceedings. It is a short, procedural event focused on scheduling and case management. It is not a trial. The core goals include confirming identity, explaining charges, entering pleadings, identifying relief, setting deadlines, and scheduling the next hearing. The MCH follows a sequence. The case is called, appearances are confirmed, advisals of rights are given, charges are read, pleadings are entered, relief is designated, deadlines are set, and the individual hearing is scheduled. Pleadings are the formal response to the notice to appear, or NTA. Counsel may choose to admit or deny allegations, concede or contest removability. Strategic considerations include contesting allegations to force DHS to prove removability or conceding to focus on relief. Respondents must identify all forms of relief they intend to pursue during the MCH phase. Common forms include asylum and cancellation of removal. Failure to designate relief can result in a permanent waiver of those claims. Judges set strict deadlines during the MCH that must be meticulously followed. Required submissions include the I-589 for asylum and the I-42B for cancellation, along with evidence and witness lists. Consequences of delay include denial of applications, as deadlines are jurisdictional and rarely excused. Many respondents appear pro se or without counsel. Judges must explain rights and ensure understanding, but their role is strictly neutral and administrative. Judges cannot act as attorneys for pro se respondents or provide legal advice on claims. Continuances are postponements of a hearing date, granted at the court's discretion for good cause shown. Reasons include finding counsel, preparing applications, or medical emergencies. Judges evaluate factors like diligence, reasonableness, and the court's case backlog. These MTH questions will help reinforce your understanding of the MCH. Why is the MCH essential for due process? Why must pleadings be entered carefully? How do court-ordered deadlines shape the case timeline? Why are continuances often necessary? Here are the assessment questions. What is the purpose of the MCH? What are pleadings? What forms of relief may be designated? What happens if a respondent misses a filing deadline? You should be able to answer these now. We now introduce the matter of Luis Mendoza, a 28-year-old from El Salvador in an initial MCH proceeding. The procedural goal is to enter pleadings and formally designate relief applications. Remember, the MCH is the foundation. Every admission shapes the trial to come. The factual basis for relief stems from MS-13, targeting his family, and the murder of his brother as a warning. Authorities refuse state protection. Luis entered the U.S. without inspection in September 2024 and currently resides in Del Rio, TX, as a heavy equipment operator, showing community ties. Luis's strategic defense rests on three pillars: asylum based on family membership in a particular social group, withholding of removal due to a clear probability of a threat to his life, and convention against torture, focusing on government acquiescence. The court will set a call-up date for his formal I-589 application. The competing case theories reveal the battle lines. The government argues for general criminality, economic motive, and internal relocation. The defense counters with targeted persecution of the Mendoza family, government failure to protect, and the immediacy of Luis's flight. The defense witness team includes Father Jose Diaz Duarte on character and credibility, Maria Mendoza as an eyewitness to the threats, and Sergeant Manny Delgado, an expert on cross-border gang retaliation. The government will rely on a gang expert and an economist to suggest MS-13 is a criminal entity and Luis's motive is economic. Jurisdictional challenges include the Sophia challenge, questioning if the notice to appear is defective for lacking specific time or place. This involves key legal issues, whether the NTA is defective, if the court has jurisdiction, and whether proper notice was given. The conclusion determines if the case can proceed.